Sarah, I need you to listen very carefully. That voice, I would know it anywhere. The slight rasp on the R's, the way he dropped his voice at the end of sentences. My hand trembled so violently I nearly dropped the phone. Because that voice belonged to my husband, Michael. And Michael had been dead for 3 months. I sat frozen in our bedroom, my bedroom now, staring at the screen. His name glowed there, Michael Morrison. The room suddenly felt smaller, the walls pressing in. Outside, January rain tapped against the window like fingernails. "This isn't possible," I whispered. "Sarah, please, don't hang up. I can explain everything." My heart hammered against my ribs. For 12 weeks, I'd been a widow. I had identified a body so burned in that car accident that dental records were needed. I'd stood at his funeral in a black dress, accepting condolences from 200 people. I signed papers, closed accounts, filed insurance claims. His life insurance, $750,000, had just cleared into my account 4 days ago. And now he was calling me? "Where are you?" My voice came out steadier than I felt. A pause. Breathing. "I'm safe. That's what matters. But I need you to do something for me. I need you to wire $50,000 to an account. Tomorrow. I'll text you the details." The words didn't make sense. They tumbled through my mind like stones down a hill, sharp and wrong. "Michael, you died. I buried you. My throat closed. "What is happening?" "I'll explain everything when I see you. But right now, I need that money. There are people, dangerous people, and I had to disappear. You have the insurance money now. 50,000 is nothing compared to what we have." We. That word sliced through my shock like a blade. We. As if the past 3 months, the grief that had hollowed me out, the nights I'd sobbed into his pillow, the memorial service where I could barely breathe, as if none of it mattered. Something cold settled into my chest. Something that felt less like relief and more like clarity. I didn't sleep that night. Instead, I sat at the kitchen table with my laptop, Michael's phone records spread before me, records I'd requested weeks ago to close our accounts. I'd barely glanced at them before. Now I read every line. There, 2 weeks before the accident, 17 calls to a number I didn't recognize. I ran it through a reverse lookup. Vanessa Chen, Tampa, Florida. My hands moved automatically, pulling up social media, Facebook, Instagram. It took me 11 minutes to find her. 28 years old, dark hair, bright smile, a realtor. And there, posted 6 months ago, a photo at a marina. In the background, barely visible, a man's arm around her waist. A watch on that wrist. A silver watch with a black face. Michael's watch, the one I'd given him for our 5th anniversary. I zoomed in until the pixels blurred, but I knew. The next morning, I didn't wire any money. Instead, I called Daniel Reeves, a private investigator whose card I'd found in a coffee shop 3 years ago and kept, for no reason I could name. Maybe some part of me had always known. "Mrs. Morrison," Daniel said when I finished explaining, "don't touch that insurance money. Don't respond to any more calls. And whatever you do, don't tell anyone about this. Not yet." "Why not? I should call the police." "You should. But first, let's get evidence they can't dismiss. If he contacts you again, record it. Keep him talking. Find out where he is." That night, Michael called again. This time, I was ready. I pressed record. "Did you set up the transfer?" he asked. No greeting, no apology, just demand. I need more time, I said slowly. The bank flagged it. Large transaction. They're asking questions. A sharp exhale. Sarah, this isn't a game. I'm in trouble. Then come home. We'll figure it out together. I can't. Not yet. Just send the money to Vanessa. She'll get it to me. There it was. Her name. On recording. Vanessa, I repeated, my voice flat. A beat of silence. Then, she's helping me. Look, we'll talk about everything later. Just trust me. Trust. The word almost made me laugh. Daniel worked fast. Within 4 days, he had surveillance photos. Michael, very much alive, entering a condo in Tampa. Vanessa's condo. Grocery bags in his hands, a baseball cap pulled low. Alive, healthy, laughing in one shot. While I'd been drowning, he'd been buying groceries. It's life insurance fraud, Daniel explained, sliding the folder across the table. Probably staged the accident with someone else's body or faked the dental record somehow. He needed you to collect so he could access the money through you. Classic and incredibly illegal. What do I do? We go to the FBI. Insurance fraud over $100,000 is federal. I looked at the photos again. Michael's face, the face I'd loved for 8 years, the face I'd kiss goodbye every morning, looked like a stranger's now. Do it, I said. The federal agents were professional, thorough. They asked me to maintain contact, to play along. Get him to admit the plan, Agent Torres instructed. Ask questions. He thinks you're grieving and desperate. Use that. It felt like swallowing glass, but I made the call. Michael, I'm scared. I don't understand what's happening. Please, just tell me the truth. And maybe because he thought he'd won, or maybe because he'd always underestimated me, he did. The accident was arranged. A body from the morgue. Don't ask how. I needed a way out, Sarah. My debts, the gambling, all of it. This was the only way. We split the insurance, start over somewhere new. You, me, and Vanessa? Silence. You think I didn't know? I pressed, my voice breaking, not from pain now, but from rage held on a tight leash. You think I'm that stupid? Sarah, listen. No! You listen. I gave you 8 years. I loved you. I mourned you. And you've been in Florida, living with another woman, spending, what, our money? My grief? It's not like that. Then what is it, Michael? Explain it to me. He couldn't. The line went dead. But the recording stayed. 3 weeks later, I sat in a federal courtroom. Michael was in handcuffs, the first time I'd seen him in person since the funeral. He looked smaller somehow, diminished. Vanessa sat 2 rows behind him, her lawyer whispering urgently in her ear. She'd been charged too, conspiracy to commit fraud. The prosecutor played the recordings. Michael's voice filled the room. The accident was arranged, a body from the morgue. I watched him close his eyes. The judge, a silver-haired woman with steel in her gaze, read the verdict without emotion. 15 years federal prison, restitution of $750,000 plus penalties. The court finds the defendant's actions a calculated betrayal of both the legal system and his marriage vows. Outside the courthouse, Agent Torres shook my hand. You did the right thing, Mrs. Morrison. I know it wasn't easy. It wasn't. But standing there in the February sunlight, I realized something. I wasn't a widow anymore. I wasn't a victim either. I was just Sarah. And for the first time in months, maybe years, that was enough. The insurance money went back. I didn't want it. Didn't need the weight of it. Instead, I moved to a smaller apartment, took a job at the bookstore, started therapy. Small steps. Clean steps. Some nights, I still hear my phone buzz and my heart jumps. But then I remember, I don't answer calls from ghosts anymore. Only from the living. Only from the real. Because the truth is this: you can't build a life on lies, not his, not anyone's. And you can't love someone back from the dead if they chose to bury themselves. Michael wanted me to believe in ghosts. Instead, I learned to believe in evidence, in testimony, in the cold, clear light of truth. And that saved me. Which city are you listening from? Drop a comment below. And remember, trust your instincts. They know the truth before your heart is ready to hear it.